Good morning, welcome to Catex TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, March 30th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, go to Catex TV. Incident involving an Airbus 320, this one in Halifax in Canada, yesterday morning. An Airbus 320 touched down about 1,000 feet before arriving at the runway. It clipped an antenna, an engine disengaged from the wing, several tires blew, and sparks were emanating as the plane skidded on its belly for about another 340 yards. 25 of the 133 passengers on board were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The plane left a trail of debris on the runway. Witnesses said one wing and engine were severely damaged. According to Air Canada, it was an Air Canada Airbus 320. The crew has the final determination as to whether or not it's going to land. There was a snowstorm in progress, but they decided apparently that they could get in. It's going to be investigated today. Investigators from Airbus in France have arrived on the scene as well. The aircraft involved in the crash, of course, was an A320, the same model as the German Wings flight that went down last Tuesday in the French Alps. A major earthquake with a magnitude of 7.7 struck off Papua New Guinea, and a tsunami warning was issued. This was this morning. The quake was near the town of Rabaul, one of the biggest cities in New Guinea. According to witnesses, the shaking lasted for about 5 minutes. The tsunami that was involved was actually quite minor. There was a tsunami warning in effect, but it was a very small wave. There have been no reports of any damage or injuries. Earlier today at a ExxonMobil chemical plant in Beaumont, Texas, in eastern Texas, a massive fire occurred. The fire started shortly after midnight. It lasted until just about dawn at a propylene unit at the plant. Exxon has told the 425 workers and 500 contractors involved in operating the plant that they should, in fact, report to work today. Exxon is saying that it's monitoring air quality and there's no danger to the surrounding community. The fire occurred at night, and TV pictures of the fire are quite spectacular, actually. The World Bank has significantly expanded the range of disaster risk transfer that it's offering to clients. The World Bank has been offering reinsurance for some time, but mainly through derivatives. Now it's apparently entering the market directly. The World Bank has traditionally supported only natural disaster risks, but it's now expanding its list to include things such as pandemics, epidemics, and other health-related risks related to morbidity, mortality, and longevity. Here's an interesting comment from a World Bank vice president and treasurer who said the additional flexibility will allow the bank to better expand our role as intermediary with the markets. As if reinsurance brokers didn't have enough competition now, the World Bank is going to be acting as an intermediary itself as it goes into the traditional reinsurance markets to help join with them on the coverage that they're going to be offering as reinsurance. The Chinese conglomerate Fosun International, according to the Insurance Insider, is in exclusive negotiations to spend at least $2.4 billion to acquire 5 insurers. According to its CEO, Liang Xinjun, insurers are a key target for Fosun, which completed a deal earlier this year to become Ironsure's biggest shareholder and is believed to be the best placed bidder for monoline cat insurer Montpelier Re down in Bermuda. The Wall Street Journal article that was cited by Insurance Insider said, quoted the CEO as saying, "Insurance is the most important business segment for Fosun. The build-out of insurance gives us a cheap and sustainable source of funding." This is a picture taken directly from Warren Buffett's book. The chairman said that many Western insurers are trading at around book value compared with a 2.4 multiple for their Chinese counterparts, making insurers on this side of the Pacific much more attractive. JetBlue Airways suffered a system-wide IT outage earlier this morning that created long lines at many of its airports. The problem was resolved by about 6:30 a.m., but backups are expected to last into the afternoon, boarding passes were apparently being filled out manually by JetBlue staff. The airline is apologizing for any inconvenience caused. Meanwhile, Russia is threatening to aim nuclear missiles at Danish warships if Denmark, which is already a NATO member, joins NATO's missile defense system. The Danes are calling this comment unacceptable, as well they should. Denmark said in August that it would contribute radar capacity on some of its warships to the missile shield, which the NATO alliance says is designed to protect members from missile launches from countries like Iran. Moscow opposes the system, arguing it will reduce the effectiveness of its own nuclear arsenal and will lead to a Cold War-style arms race. According to a Russian official, Mikhail Vanin, who is the Russian ambassador to Denmark, he said he did not think that the Danes fully understood the consequences of joining the program. He said, quote, "If that happens, Danish warships will become targets for Russian nuclear missiles." Well, if there's one thing Vladimir Putin does not need right now with his economic problems and the economic sanctions and the spiraling inflation and the high price, or the low price of oil that's creating a stagnant economy, it's a nuclear arms race. So I would put a little bit of grain of salt in that comment. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.